Hi, how's everybody doing today? This is Rich. Here we have Rich TV Live with our very special guest. It is Antoine. How you doing, Antoine?
I'm good, Rich. Thanks for having me here.
Hey, thanks for having you, brother. I'm so excited to speak with you today. I've been watching you do your streams for quite some time now, and I've been watching you trade live for about 5 weeks. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I've traded with Antoine now for 5 weeks straight. And out of those 5 weeks, which is 3 times a week for 5 weeks, so 15 trading days, I've had 13 winning trading days out of 15 with you. And on those 13 winning trading days, I've been able to get at least 50 to 100 pips. So thank you, first of all, for that is amazing.
You're
And
welcome.
and secondly, I wanted you to share your story with the whole world. Like, let people know who Antoine is and how you, in the amount of time you've been in this academy, have gone from never trading before, from what I believe is your story, to turning $100 in the last 2 months into $17,000. Is that correct?
That's right.
I'm not making anything up, right? This is real.
Yep.
And you even announced that you just bought yourself a car. You pulled money out of your account and you're buying yourself a car. That's real too, right?
I'm looking to buy. I haven't got one yet because it's a big decision, right?
Of course. Of course. The car is the second largest decision in your life behind your home, right?
That's right. That's right.
Home is your largest purchase. Your car is your second largest purchase. So start from the beginning, man. Like, how did you hear about the academy? What were your feelings when you started, and how have you progressed to this point where you're now a mentor trader? You have like 60 people every night watching you trade live, and you're calling winning trades over and over and over again. And I mean, guys, like on Thursday, Antoine was trading with us live. I caught 120 pips. I know Amanda doubled her account on her first day trading. Thank you for that, Antoine, by the
Yeah.
way.
Hmm.
And we have so many people I'm sure are going to be watching this that are like fans of yours, brother. So let's hear it. What's the story, man? How did it happen?
Right. So, like, I was living, well, my life, I grew up here in Vancouver, in Surrey, BC here.
Nice.
I went to school here, Guilford Park. Shout out to all the Guilford Park people that are going to be on this call. So I went to Guilford Park here in Surrey, and I grew up here. After that, I didn't want to like live here. I didn't want to work here. It got really boring at one point, right? So I went back to Vietnam and start, farming, start businesses. I met my wife there, and we opened up a nail salon there, like just like every Vietnamese, couple would do, right?
Nice.
Opened up a nail salon, and I also bought into like a taxi company there. So that's what I have been doing for the last 7 years in Vietnam. So then when I came back here last March, one of my friend Rebecca that I know from from Syria also, she's telling me that, hey, I want you to come and check out this Forex thing, right? So for me, I have no experience. I never trade before. I never buy bitcoins. I know about bitcoins, but I've never purchased a bitcoin.
Wow.
Any of that stuff, any stuff that online, cryptocurrency or anything like that, I have no clue, right? So, she told me for like 6 months. Okay, so she told me in March. I came back in March. She told me in March. I believe in August. I was like, okay, well, maybe I should come and take a look. And she's like, you should, because the guy is running it. His name is Nafis. I'm like, Nafis. I'm like, oh man, I know this guy for like 10 years plus.
Oh,
Like,
really? You knew Nafis for 10 years before you even got into this?
yeah, I know him
Oh,
from
wow.
way back when he
Oh,
used to
wow.
work at Wireless Wave. I used to go there buy my cell phones, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah. What, in
Uh,
Coquitlam? In Coquitlam?
in Guildford, in Surrey.
Guilford? Surrey. Okay. Oh, yeah.
Right. So I was like, okay, that's pretty cool, right? Let me come and take a look, right? So I came and take a look, and I was like, okay, sounds pretty cool. It's pretty easy to do, and I'll give it a try. You know what I mean? Nothing, high expectation, right? Because when I came back here, I didn't have a job, right? Like I had no job here, so I was doing skip the dishes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was doing skip the dishes.
Wow.
Rebecca's like, whoa, you doing skip the dishes? I'm like, oh yeah. Well, I gotta figure something to do here, which because I was living in Vietnam, I didn't have any plans here. I didn't have any job here. I didn't have anything going on here, right? So I came back here. I was like, you know what? I have to find something to do. So I was going to skip the dishes, just trying to get, by my day and trying to think about what kind of thing I'm going to be doing. One of my friends told me to go work for armed guard vehicle. So I went and got a gun license, everything like that. Getting ready to go back to like the working force here in Canada.
Normal 9 to 5. You're looking for a normal 9 to 5.
9 to 5,
Yeah.
exactly. So now come to Forex. Rebecca's like, hey man, like this is something that we can get away from working 9 to 5, and that's what she learned from all these mentor and everything that's going on. And she introduced me to Dr. Kathy. Okay, so that's the first person I trade with IM Academy in August.
Interesting.
So yeah, so it's pretty cool. I got there and she's showing me, look, it's very easy. You press the button when she say buy. You press the sell button when you say sell, and you put in your take profit, stuff like that. I'm like, okay, sounds pretty easy, So I did that for a little bit. I'm like, okay, this is pretty cool. I'm seeing that I'm making money, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm down. Let's do it, right? So my mindset was just trading because that was fun, right? That was a cool experience. So now I did it for a little bit. I went through all the videos, stuff like that, and then I'm trading live, okay, with real money this time. So I've deposited $3,000 in my account.
Wow.
Right. And
you started with $3,000, your first deposit.
$3,000.
Okay.
Yeah. I put in $3,000, and I over leveraged it for sure. I was doing like 0.10, which is $1 a pip on Hugo's way. Okay.
Wow.
So she's like, okay, we are selling GER 30. For you guys are trading, you guys know what GER 30 is. It's the top 30 company from Germany, right? So she's like, selling GER 30. She gave you the take profit and she gave you the stop loss. So I pressed sell. I believe it was a sell, I think. That was a sell or buy. I can't remember exactly if it was a sell or buy, but one of them. So I pushed the button and then I put in a take profit, right?
Yeah.
Which is very easy, right? And then I'm thinking about, okay, I'm trying to put in a number for the stop loss. Before I even put the number in, boom, take profit hit.
Wow.
$647. I was hooked. I was like, what?
$647 was your first trade?
$647.
Oh, wow. What a start.
Yeah, I was like, wow, I cannot believe this, right? It's pretty amazing. So, but as you know, right, over leveraging is something that, every trader is going to go through when they first start off. We all crash the car eventually, right?
Yeah.
So I ended up losing my $3,000. Right, just going on, didn't know what I'm doing, jumping on different educator, doing different trade, do my own trade. I see Omar doing, Omar on your session last time, right?
Yeah.
So when I first learned trade, I also met Omar, right? So he was sniping gold. I was like, oh damn, that's really cool. So I started sniping gold. Like I'm trying to go in there, big lot size, getting a couple pips here and there, right?
Yeah.
So I did that for a little bit, and then eventually it burned me. That's how I lose that $3,000.
Yeah, gold is very volatile. I've seen that myself. It has crazy runs, but then when it drops, it's like if you don't have a stop loss, you're toast.
You're toast.
You're like toast, right?
Yeah.
I've seen that. I've seen that. And you know what's funny, Antoine? Almost everybody I've talked to has blown their first account. Yes. If you can actually get ahead in this business without blowing your first account, that in itself is a success story because almost everybody has said to me they've blown their first account. And this is why I tell everyone, guys, trade and demo in the beginning, right? Would you agree? Okay, I'll tell you a quick story. I'm going to let you keep going. But a new girl on our team, brand new, just started, doesn't even know how to look at the charts yet because she's so new, starts and starts trading without even getting any support and blows her account. Right? And it's like, then you hear it, and I have guys too that have done this, right? On my team. And then you hear the story and you're like, you didn't even talk to me. Like, you didn't even talk to me yet. We haven't even sat down and gone through the training. You haven't learned anything and you're going with real money. Like, that is not a good strategy. Would you agree?
That's right. That's a horrible strategy.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Sometimes you have to learn if nobody tells you, right?
For sure. But I just don't want anyone that's watching this video, I don't want you guys to learn that with real money. I had to push Amanda, hold her back for a week because like day one, she wanted to go real money. And I'm like, elastic band. I'm like, no, you need to trade demo. Lose in demo first before you know what it's like to lose with real money. right? Like you
Yeah.
want to know what it's like to lose with demo, not with real money.
That's
And
right.
I held her back for a week. She was winning every day, doubling her money on demo. Then I said, okay, let's go with real money. She doubled her money her first day trading with you as a mentor, real money. Once again, thank you
Mhm.
for that, because that's essentially, you're helping me build my business. So I want to thank you for that. And I want everyone that's watching, 26 people that are watching, join Antoine's team, guys. He's not even part of my team, but he's helping me build my business. So because he's helping me build my business, I've got his link in this video. Join his team. He's that good. He turned $100, and he's going to tell the story, into $17,000 in 2 months. So if you're looking to learn how to trade, this is the guy for me. This is the number one guy that I trade with every single week. Right here, right now, this is Antoine. He's such a down-to-earth guy. When you go into the training rooms, you can ask him questions. As a new person, like, I consider myself still a new person in this business. Even though I'm a Platinum 1000 because we've done good building, I still am not at the level you're at as a trader. Not even close. So thank you for like making it easy, because it's not easy, but you've found a way to make it easy. So I'm going to let you continue that. But guys, join his team, because this man should be a Platinum Chairman 10 at least as soon as possible. And my goal, Antoine, is to help you get the Chairman 10 and help myself get the Chairman 10, so we can both get the Chairman 10 this year. What do you think,
That's right.
bro?
Yeah, I love it, bro. I'll build with you, bro. That's the thing,
That's
right?
the
Like,
thing. I want to build with you, man. So thank you, bro. So anyways, I don't want to stop your story. Continue.
no problem, no problem. Yeah, thank you for the compliment.
It's true.
I really enjoy working with you. Like teaching your friends and family and stuff like that, because I'm doing that already with just random people online. So I enjoy doing it myself.
And you do a good job of it. Like the way that you answer questions and that you're interactive with the students, don't change that. Because
Right.
that's the thing, they come to me and they're like, I love Antoine, because if I go to Dr. K's chat, like there's so many people that you can't really get a word in. But with Antoine, it's like I can ask him a question, he'll go through it. I can ask him how does he see this, or what is he doing on the chart, and he'll go through it. So people are actually learning as they're earning money. So thank you for being such a great teacher, and continue your methods, because it's extremely effective. And I know right now it's like 60 people, but I'm telling you soon it's going to be like 6,000, brother.
Yeah.
So thank you for your service, man.
For sure. Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome.
So you were
So,
talking about demo, and we were talking about demo and how you blew your first 3 grand. So let's continue from there.
right. So I blew my first 3 grand, right? So that's why now on my session, like, a lot of time I talk about risk management, play with, the demo, because I've went through it, right? I
Yeah,
went
for
through.
sure.
So I don't want any new people to have the same problem. But the thing is, a lot of people that like my friends, for example, even though I tell them like, hey, use a demo, get comfortable, switch to a live account, and then go from there, right? Start small, right? If you can't turn $100 into $1,000, you would never be able to turn, $1,000 into $100,000. That's just impossible, right? If you can't turn small money to big money, you will never be able to turn big money into bigger money. That's just the way it is.
100%
So
agree. 100% agree
yeah.
with you.
So I really, and after I blew that account, like my money, it took me like 5 months to blow it though. It wasn't like
So
one
you
day.
had success. You weren't just like, it wasn't blown in 2 days. Like you had
No,
success, then you had good days, bad days. It was like a battle. It's like a battlefield, right?
that's right. It's a battlefield. It's a battlefield. That's
I've
right.
been through it, man. I think anyone that's done this, you guys, everyone's been through it, right? So I appreciate the fact that you're able to share your story. That's fantastic. Please continue.
Yeah. So, uh, so then after that, I'm like, you know what? I have to go back into the academy and I have to do it properly, because I'm paying for the academy and I'm not really learning. I'm just trying to snipe gold, because I see other people making a lot of money sniping gold, right? That's why it's very good that the company is telling us to not show results. Don't post up result, because it entice other people to like, hey man, I want to make the same amount and I want to do live money. They don't know what they're doing. They lose money,
Of course. I agree.
right? Right. So now after that, I went back to the academy. I did like 18 hours a day, just learning, and trying to understand everything I can, right? So in January, I told my face this. In January, I'm like, hey bro, come look at this, man. I finally figured something that actually is working. right?
Nice.
So then I show my strategy, my box breakout strategy at London daybreak, stuff like that, right?
Price trap.
Price trap, right?
Hey,
Price
this is the
trap.
man who's created the price trap, guys. Love
No,
the
no, I
price
didn't
trap.
create it. Christopher Derrick created
Oh,
it.
Christopher Derrick created it.
Yes,
But
yes.
you've mastered it on your own. You don't need Christopher Derrick anymore.
I do watch him though. I love watching
But
him.
you trade on your own.
I trade my own.
You
Yes.
win on your own. You don't copy trade Christopher Derrick, correct?
No.
Do you copy trade anybody?
No. Well, the harmonic scanner.
Harmonic scanner. Okay.
We caught 150, 160 pips on EU or NCD.
Bro, you called that so perfect. And you're like, guys, this is going to go. You're like, you can put this and go to sleep. And when you wake up, you're going to get 60 to 100 pips. And I was like, oh my God. I'm like, he's like, and I remember going to sleep thinking, that was the first thing I did when I woke up. I'm like, let me see if Antoine was right. And when I saw the chart, I was like, oh my goodness. And I sold it when we were live, and I took the money, I ran, I went to sleep, right? And I'm thinking, there's no way. I'm like, there's no way. I should have bought it anyways and just left it just to test it. But I was like, there's no way. And I wake up and it's up like 150 pips. And I'm like, oh my God, he called it. And you called it perfectly. You called it perfectly.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
And it hit TP3 pretty much. Like right at TP3 and then it reversed.
Yep.
How amazing is that? I was like, wow, unreal, right? So because I had a call this morning with this one of my team member on the phone. He's like, oh, hey, bro, I woke up this morning. I caught like over 150 pips on that call. I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, his name's Alex. So he said, and I'm like, wow, congratulations, because not many people would actually leave it on running.
Yeah, I was taking the profit and I was going to bed. I didn't leave it running, but you said let it run. You actually said, guys, let it run, go to sleep. When you wake it up, it's going to be like 50 to 100 pips. I remember you saying that. And then it actually ran 150 pips, guys. So when you have Antoine call a trade for you and it goes up 150 pips, I want to give you guys an explanation. We use a lot size or standard lot size. A lot of people trade with $1, 1.00 lot size.
Right.
150 pips at a 1.00 lot is $1,500 you could have made taking that one trade that Antoine called. And that's one of like 5 winning trades he called on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
So amazing. Thursday was amazing.
Yeah,
awesome.
Great night to end the week.
Yeah. And you know what? Your last 2 Thursdays have been epic. 2 Thursdays in a row. I don't know what it is with that day, but the last 2 Thursdays in a row have been absolutely epic. Like hundreds of pips caught. Hundreds and hundreds of pips.
Right.
Amazing. Amazing.
Okay. So now after I figure out that system, there's a lot of back tests, right? Back testing, let's see how that system is. So I did a lot of back tests and stuff like that, and I got a little success, and I start sharing it with people, right? So I started a Telegram group, and I started with just 12 people, right? Just 12, 12 friends, whatever. And after that, I grew to 96 people.
Wow.
96 people from all around the world. They just want to hop on, because at first I wasn't calling out the numbers. I just calling out the setups, the charts. This is the chart. Look for this to happen. Look for that to happen. And they always end up hitting. And people just hopping on and just checking it out, right? Like one of my friends from France too. Her name is Kathy, and she didn't know what's going on with like the education. She don't understand it, because not many people will understand how to educate a trade, right? It's very complicated because they expect you to understand, to some degree right off the bat, and a lot of people don't go through the academy, so then you don't understand why they're taking those trades, right? So now for me, it's like I'm like, you know what? I have to break it down so people that don't even put the effort out and go through the academy is going to be able to understand, right? Because if I make it, because that's how I understood. I understood it very, very plainly. Nothing like no fancy words, no fancy, indicator, this and that. Because I can't even read the indicator. I don't know what the indicator means, right?
Keeping it simple. You're just keeping it really simple.
Yeah, naked trading. I know a lot of people say it's hard, and some people also say it's easy. But I see Kimberly Torres, which is one of my mentor. She does it all the time. Naked trading, look long mind, naked trading. Who's that guy?
So when you say naked trading, you mean like trading without indicators?
Trading without indicator.
So just momentum trading.
Momentum trading.
You're
Yeah.
looking for momentum. You're chasing
Looking for momentum.
momentum.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's what you do, brother. Like,
Yeah.
guys, okay, when I first started trading with Antoine, I remember I was doing the up and the down trades, and I was putting them on my phone into my MetaTrader. And now all I do is I just wait until Antoine has his arrow and he's pointing up. Or he has his arrow and he points down until Antoine actually says, okay, guys, I'm going in. When I hear Antoine goes in, that's when I go in. Now, sometimes if you guys see a trend yourself and you want to ride it, you can ride it. You can do whatever you want in his sessions. He's not forcing you to do anything. You can trade in and out of his sessions and make so many pips. Like, it's crazy because he's showing you the momentum. He's showing you, look, this is going up. And when it goes up, guys, sometimes we've seen live, like 100 pips up in a row, like straight arrow up, like 100 pips. Sometimes we see it go down, 100 pips. And it's very normal with Antoine to see 30 pips, TP3. When Antoine says TP3, he's talking about 30 pips. So very regularly, when we trade with Antoine, he'll hit TP3 on 1, 2, 3. I've seen him hit it on 5 trades in a night, which means if you hit TP3 on 5 trades, that's 150 pips copy trading. Copy trading. That's not you sitting there looking at all the indicators, trying to figure everything out, looking at the news. It's as easy as this. You grab your phone, you got MetaTrader, you put money in your account, you press buy, and then when you're up, you press sell. That's it.
Yeah.
And if you think that's hard work, then you haven't really worked. Because I've worked and I've done stuff that I consider easy, and I've done stuff that I consider hard. To me, this is actually the easiest work I've ever done in my life that has the most upside.
Right.
Would you agree?
Right.
Like, you work hard because you trade long hours, and I work hard because I trade long hours because we're learning. But once you learn and you master the skill, don't you just imagine yourself one day sitting on a pile of money and you're just buying, selling, but it's not going to be like a few $100 or a few $1,000. It's going to be like tens of thousands of dollars, hundreds of thousands of dollars that you make in like 5 minutes. Like you heard the story today that Alex Bourne had, and I'm not going to mention numbers, but what about Christopher Terry and how much money he made with Bitcoin? Like big numbers. Like when you're at that level and you're trading at that level, you're literally just pressing a button and you're making life-changing money every day.
That's right.
That's in our future if we master this skill. Yeah. So it's worth it. So the fact that you mastered it that quickly, man, congratulations, because I know I'm doing this for 5 months and I'm still trying to master it. And it's not easy.
Yeah, it's not easy. It's a lot of practice.
It is. So the fact that I can copy trade you makes it so easy. Honestly, guys, it's made this business easy. It has. Because I tell my whole team, guys, copy trade Antoine. Like, he's winning consistently. Guys are struggling. Oh, I'm winning, I lose. I'm like, trade with Antoine. That's what I'm doing. And I got people that are trading with him, and I'm trading with him, and we're winning consistently. Once again, 13 out of 15 nights I've copy traded with you, and I've won. So if anybody's watching right now and they want to learn how to trade and win consistently, all you have to do is get onto Antoine sessions, and you are going to create results. The more you trade with Antoine, the more it's going to make sense what he's doing, and you'll realize you don't have to sit there and write everything down. You don't have to go and do a buy and a sell trade at the same time, because he's giving you a trade on the way up and he's giving you a trade on the way down because he's catching momentum. In the beginning, I didn't understand with that because I was thinking, oh, I got to do a trade on the way up, trade on the way down, then I'm going to close this. And I was doing all this extra shit that I don't do any of it now. I just sit there, I wait for you to say you're going to buy, and then I buy. I wait for you to say you're going to sell, and I sell. And I wait for the retest, like you've been explaining, whereas in the beginning, a lot of times I was getting in way early, way before the entry zone. I was getting in because I saw the momentum, and I thought, oh, it's going to go up. He's calling it's going to go up, so I'm just going to ride it up. And then it's in the no-fly zone that you call the no-fly zone, and then it goes right down. And I was like, oh, that didn't work. So it's like you, in the first couple of sessions, you learn the hard way. But after trading with Antoine for 5 weeks, honestly, now it's become so easy. Where literally, like some of the members like myself that do it, like Amanda and myself and Boris, Ross, Shelby, some of the members that are doing it with you consistently, Lewis, some of the members that I'm trading with, Anil and Callie, and some of the other members that are always there, Rebecca, they're always there, right? Jay, all the people that we talk in this group, like, and it's now growing. It's like, we know that we're going to catch pips with you. And that's a very comforting feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's an extremely comforting feeling. So when people come to me and they say, oh man, I blew my account, I'm like, why don't you just trade with Antoine? Like, that's all you got to do. Oh, it's really late at night. I'm like, but it's worth it.
Right.
Like, do you want to win or do you want to lose? Like, if you want to win, stay up and win. You want to lose, wake up early in the morning or wake up in the afternoon, press a couple buttons and lose.
Mm-hmm.
Stay up a little late and win. I don't care what time I got to win. Making money is making money. If it's at 2 in the morning or 3 in the morning or 5 in the morning, I couldn't give a damn. Or 10 at night, we're going to make money. So I had to change my sleeping schedule too. But you know what? I'll tell you guys right now, it's worth it. And Antoine, for me, I don't have to trade with anybody else. I can literally just trade with him because he's live for 5 hours a night. Whereas other educators are live for 5 hours a week. This man's live for 5 hours a night. So he's calling like 5, 6, 7, 10 trades a night sometimes. I left on Thursday at like 2:30 in the morning, 120 pips, feeling great. You're still live. And at 2, you're like, oh, guys, we're not going to go late tonight. I started laughing. I'm like, he says that every night. I'm like, this guy says it every night. But you're not going to go to sleep because you're catching pips, right? You're catching pips. And when you're making money, you're probably sitting there thinking, I can't go to sleep because there's good days where you're just catching them and you're catching them. And then there's bad days where you just can't catch them.
Right.
So you know that. So when you're catching them, you're like, yo, I'm going to just keep catching them until I literally fall asleep with the computer on. Right?
Yeah, but it gets pretty bad though. It gets pretty bad like that, you know. So now what I'm trying, like the last couple of days, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to find that specific candles where we can just do a buy stop, sell stop, and then go sleep.
I love that. That's such a gangster move, man. That play that you do, this guy is crazy, guys. He's like, guys, when you're up on TP3, once you've made 30 pips, just put your stop loss at TP3 and go to sleep. If you wake up with a gift, you wake up with a gift. Worst case scenario, you get 30 pips. I love that.
That's right.
Love that. And every time I tell that to my team is like, yo, Antoine's gangster. I'm like, I know. I'm like, who else does that? That's great. Did you make that up or you learned that from someone?
I learned that from educator. I learned that from especially Christopher Derrick. I got
he does that? Okay.
Big shout out to Christopher Derrick, okay?
Nice.
Because he taught me about twin trading.
Twin trading. Okay.
Right? So twin trading is like, because a lot of people have greed, right? Even myself, I have greed because, okay, I'm catching a lot of pips. I want to catch more, like what were you talking about earlier? So that's greed. Greed is creeping into your work. So now what you do is that you have 2 separate trades. One of them is going to go for your target, right? Your target is no matter what, 30 pips is 30 pips. You're catching that 30 pips. Your second target is where you can, try to catch as many as you can. So what I do is I move the second trade, I move the stop loss into profit, and then I'll just forget about it. Forget about it. It's like a long-term investment. I buy it and I'll just leave it there for tomorrow or next week or whatever it is, and that thing will accumulate.
Imagine. I've seen it. I mean, that one trade you just talked about.
Yeah.
I wish I set it and forget it. 150 pips, waking up to 150 pips is crazy. I've never done it yet. So I still haven't experienced that yet. So it's crazy, man. It's nuts what you're talking about here. Right. Like, I don't know if you guys have traded with Antoine. We got 32 people watching. I don't know if you guys have traded with this man, but man, this guy is a pleasure to trade with. Like, you make it so much fun. You make it cool. You make it fun. You take the stress away. And you're like one of the only educators when I trade with you, I don't mind taking a stop loss.
Right.
Honestly, taking a stop loss hurts my soul.
Right.
I have to get better at it. It's my biggest weakness as a trader. I hate losing. It's my biggest weakness as a trader, and it's something I have to get over. I hate losing. But with you, I don't mind taking a stop loss because I see you taking it.
Right.
You take your stop loss and you'll take it. And it's like, guys, take your stop loss. If you have to take your stop loss, take your stop loss. I like that. The other thing I really like about your style is when there's a bad day, how you just talk about it. Hey guys, it's a bad day. I'm not going to trade. I think that is amazing. Don't ever change that, Antoine, because as a trader that is still learning, I don't see that. Like, I can't look at the market and be like, oh, it's a bad day. I don't know the flow of the ocean yet to say, wow, these are rough waters. You've mastered this to the point where when those waters are not what you're looking for, you're able to protect us from those bad days.
Right.
You know? And that's amazing. That's something that you do, that you've done, I think twice now I've seen you do that. And both times were days where I just traded demo and it was just got slaughtered. And I was like, holy smokes, he was right. So it's good that you do that.
Don't want to be in it.
Yeah. And it's like that with anything, right? Like some days just not your day. So, you know, when you're a trader and it's not your day, those are the days you got to learn how to walk away. You have to learn how to walk away. And even if you're trading, and some advice for some of you guys that are trading like next week, starting Sunday, tomorrow. If you're up on a trade, and I learned this from Antoine too, never let the trade go into red. If you're up on a trade and it starts to go down, never let it go into the red. If anything, just take your profit. If it goes down and you want to take the trade again, take it again. I learned that from Antoine. Don't let your trades go in the red.
That's right. We hate the red.
Yeah, we don't want to live in the red.
Yeah.
Living in the red is stressful. It sucks. Nothing good comes out of it, right? So stay away from the red. When you're in the blue, if you're up and then you see it starts to come down, just get out. Just get out, right? What's the worst thing that's going to happen? You're going to win. That's the worst thing that's going to happen is you're going to win.
Yeah.
The worst thing that can happen is it goes back up and then you could buy it again. So there's no reason to like worry about, oh my goodness, I'm up, but it could go higher. Like, just take your money. Because once you take your money, you move on to the next trade. So if it's the same trade again, you could take it again. I was going to ask you a question about twin trading. When you do twin trading, do you buy two trades at the exact same time? Like, do you go buy?
That's what he said. Is you go in and you buy, boom, boom, right? But what I do is, I don't know if I'm doing it right or not, but what happened is that I entered that trade the first time.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to see how that candle is. If that candle is going to be a little pullback, then I'll wait for the little pullback. And when I see the price starting to go, and I'll go again on a second trade with a better entry.
Very good. Very good. I like that. It's almost like in stocks, lowering your average cost.
Right. You know, why would you go and buy both of them at the same price? Okay,
exactly. Get it lower.
Exactly.
Perfect. I love it. I think that's very smart. Now, you said that you started to master this in January. So how did you create? Because I've talked to some people that said to me, I think it was Noel, that said to me, it was Noel actually. He said to me, shout out to Noel, man. That guy's awesome. He's got the group training that he's providing for your members, my members, everyone's members, and it's awesome. So plug into that, guys. Plug into all the different training that's being provided. But Noel said to me, he goes, you know, I was in Vancouver, and Antoine said to me he's going to start with $100, and he's going to build it up. So when did you start that, and how did you do it? Like, it wasn't just Forex. I know you did US 30 as well, right? And there's a lot of guys here, because my community on YouTube is stock traders. So because we do a lot of Forex, a lot of guys are confused. They're resisting Forex. They're like, no, man, I just trade stocks, man. I don't do Forex. But a lot of people don't realize that Forex is 6.6 trillion a day, and the stock market is in the billions a day. It's not even in the trillions. It's not even close. So when people are like, man, I'm a stock guy, well, you should become a Forex guy, because that's where the real money is. That's a fact. That's the facts. So
way more money.
Way more money. That's where all the real money goes, guys. The institutional money is all in Forex. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to convert stock traders, which I am, and I still trade stocks. I love stocks, but I'm starting to love Forex. Like, I'm becoming passionate about it. I love it. How did you take $100, bro, and turn it into 17 grand? That can't be true.
So
right? That's not true.
It's hard to do, right?
Of course it's hard to do.
You have to go through a lot of like failure first, right?
And you lost $3,000. He lost his first $3,000, right?
Right.
And then, guys, but it took 5 months. And then he said, I'm going to start with 100 and I'm going to build this up.
Right.
And he turned it into over $17,000. I don't know what the number is now, but I know it's at least 17, because I know you just pulled out a bunch of money to buy yourself a car. So congratulations for your success, my friend. How the heck did you do it, man? I want to know, in 60 days, How does somebody turn $100 into 17 grand? That's like what, 170 times your money?
Yeah. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
How the heck you do it, man?
So in January, like like I redeposit more. I redeposit more than $100, obviously, right?
Yeah.
But then I will just take out like $100 and put into my account, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try to make sure that I do it properly. A couple times, up and down, up and down. Sometimes it feel a little bit. It's all about how you can control your risk management, right? Okay, that's why like in my class, I always tell you guys like, hey, risk management is like the most important thing for a trader, right? So I did this like last 2 months ago. 2 months ago, I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it properly. So I'm just trading with Forex pair, right? Just trading Forex pair, like my price trap strategy, and I do proper risk management. If I lose that day, like 5%, right? But some days I make like 15, 20, 25%, right? Some days I even make 100%, right? When the market is going really well. So it took me about like a little bit over a month, about a month and like about 5 weeks, and my account grew from $100 to $300. I'm sorry, $3,000, and from $3,000 into $17,000, right? And then it went up a little more, so I took it out of 17,000, and because the thing is this: if you start off trading, but you never withdraw your money and you never pay yourself, your motivation for trading or even about talking about IML Academy is going to be totally different than if you have not withdrawn, right?
I agree.
So I made sure that I did not, because I made that money before. I made that money before with trading the US 30 and everything before. But the thing is, I never withdraw that money out, right? And that's the thing. You have to always practice withdrawing, withdrawing, withdrawing. Until the point where, because the thing is this, right? I worked to skip the dish before, so my salary is not that high, right? So the first thing I do is that I make sure that I'm paying myself enough for my salary from trading Forex. Once I'm able to do that, then now I can build my saving account from trading Forex. I can't be just try to build a saving account from Forex and never pay myself, right? So that was one of the lessons that I learned from before, is that if you want to quit your day job, right, you got to make sure that your trading is paying for your income.
I agree, 100%, 100%.
If it doesn't pay for it, then you're not really, that's not really your career, right?
Correct, correct. Now,
So
you've made $17,000 now. You're Platinum 600. You're teaching 60 people a night how to trade. You're catching pips every day. Everyone else is catching pips every day. Everybody's winning every day. Where do you go from here? Like, what are your goals from here? Like, what are your goals within this company? I want to know, because I want to help you get there, man, because you're a beast, bro. Honestly, guys, you guys need to join this guy's team.
right.
Honestly, he's a beast. This guy's a beast. Honestly, it's not easy to trade live.
No,
Trust me,
hard.
I trade live on YouTube all the time, and there's not a lot of people that do it. It is hard, and I've had bad days, and I've had a lot of good days, but it takes a lot of guts, because I'm sure you've had bad days live.
Right?
And how do you handle that? Like, how do you deal with that? Because a lot of guys wouldn't want to come back live, right? But you just show up the next day, you have a positive attitude, and you just say, hey, I had a tough day yesterday, let's get it back today. How do you deal with that as a trader, bad days? Like, what's your secret to bad days? Because, man, I've had bad days, and it's hard because when you have those bad days, it kind of creeps into the next day. And and you have one bad trade, and it creeps into the next trade. And you start revenge trading. You want to make up for that trade, and then you start messing up the next trade, and it gets even worse. And it's like, before you know it, you could blow your account, and then you lose your confidence. You're like, oh, man, what do I do? So it's like, how do you deal with those bad trades or bad days? Like, what's your secret to that?
My secret to that, honestly, one is, Nafis, right? Like when I have bad days, like trading, he's like, hey, bro, like, everyone have bad days.
That's awesome.
Michael Jordan have bad days. LeBron James have bad days. Like Wayne Gretzky, Crosby, you name it. All the superstars, they have bad days too. So don't put too much of emotion to it, where like one bad trade ruin your whole entire confidence of something, right? And second is that a lot of like in our academy, we have a lot of mindset videos, a lot of mindset educator. I love the way Kimberly Torres does it. I love the way Christopher Derrick does it with the mindset, before their session. So that's how you guys see I always play mindset first because trading is all about mindset. You want to come into a work environment where yesterday work doesn't carry over to today work, right? Your daily life doesn't get carried over into your work, right? So once you're able to detach yourself from all those emotions, then when you in trading, you're gonna have a lot better result because you're happy, you know exactly what to do, and you're doing everything properly with a clear mindset.
That's amazing. Now, trading is amazing, but I love the fact that within this academy you can also build.
Right,
And it's wild. Like you were just on a call with me with Alex Morton, and he's making 500,000 US a month minimum.
right.
Probably more than that, probably close to double that, okay? Because he's that high in the
Really,
company.
really?
Like, yeah, I know he's at least a Chairman 500. So,
Chairman,
what is he?
I think he's chairman elite.
Oh, he's Chairman Elite, so that's $1 million a month?
I think so. Yeah.
Holy smokes,
I
man.
could be wrong though, but I think that's what I remember.
And he's sitting there hanging out and talking about guys like Grant Cardone.
Mhm.
So he's in our academy. He's 30 years old. He's making like 500,000 to $1 million a month, maybe more. And he's got 1 million people following him on Instagram. He's talking about Grant Cardone, and he's talking about all these, things that he's done and gone from when he was in school. I wasn't, teachers were saying he wasn't going to amount to anything essentially, right? And he's created all this success, and he's 30 years old.
Right.
And people, when I talk to them about this academy, everybody wants to keep saying the same thing. Is it MLM? Is it pyramid? I keep hearing this. I'm like, no, it's an academy.
Yeah, exactly. It's an academy.
And one thing I've noticed about you, and I constantly notice about you, you really tune into the mentors. I've noticed this. You're constantly tuning in. You're talking about it. Christopher Derrick, Dr. K,
Yeah.
Kimberly Torres. Do you guys notice this? He himself, I'm tuning into Antoine. Antoine has to go to get leadership too, so that he's constantly learning. So he's tuning into other mentors. While he's tuning into other mentors and recommending other mentors to us, Lee Allen's another one that you recommended a lot, right? And I'm listening and I'm like, man, I just don't have enough hours in the day because I'm trading with Antoine, I'm trading with our team, I'm trading with Omar a lot of mornings too. And guys, shout out to Omar, he's doing a great job in the mornings. He does the New York session, and I trade with Antoine with the London session. So to me, the London session is the number one session with distribution. It's the most volume session in the world. And a lot of people are like, I can't be awake at that time. That's when the pips are there. I don't want to be awake at that time either. So, but Antoine doesn't either. We're not crazy. We don't want to be up at 3 a.m. in Vancouver catching pips, but we got no choice because that's when London's open and that's when you catch the pips.
That's right.
Would you agree? Is that why you're doing the London session? It's not because you like being up late at night every night, right?
Well, I'm more of a person that to stay up later anyway. I'm a night owl trader anyway. So that's why I choose the London session.
Okay, so it is because you like being late. It's not because the London session has, because I was doing my research through the academy. They got a lot of online training. And
Right.
I learned, and I didn't know this, that the London session actually has the most volume,
It
more
does.
than New York. So it was
That's-
London was first, and then New York was second. So then I said to myself, really, I only need to teach my team how to trade London and New York. Because really, that's the only time you're going to catch most volume. That's where you're going to catch most of the pips.
Mhm.
I don't know. That's just the way I'm thinking. Is that a good
Yeah.
strategy? Would you agree or
That's-
disagree?
That's right. It's more for a little more experienced trader, like because if you're not an experienced trader, it can really eat you up, right?
Yeah, for sure. For
You
sure.
don't have the proper risk management in. Like every single trade, the max you can lose is 3%. A lot of people don't understand that 3%. That's it. I don't care if it hits stop loss. The hit stop loss is 3%.
Did you hear what he said? And that's because he has a stop loss. If you don't have a stop loss, you can lose 100%.
That's right.
So why won't you use a stop loss? Everybody does the same thing, guys. And Antoine will tell you. Antoine, you blew your account because you weren't using a stop loss, right?
That's right.
That's it. Anybody who's blown their account, they weren't using a stop loss. If you use your stop loss, you're not going to blow your account.
Mhm.
That's how you protect yourself from blowing your account. But everybody does the same thing. They don't put stop losses. They're hoping it's going to come back.
That's
We
right.
all
Yep.
hope it's going to come back, but it doesn't always.
Mhm.
Sometimes it does. And then we're
Sometimes
like
it does.
thanking the gods, right? Right? We've all been there where you're all night sweating. You're like, oh my God, is it coming back? Oh, I'm going to blow my account. And then you got the days where, you know, it doesn't come back. And
Right.
then it's like, oh my God, that was my worst nightmare. Don't trade like that. It's too
That's right.
stressful. Just, if you take a loss, take the loss. You'll get the 3% back on the very next trade.
That's right. Because this is the thing that Dr. Kathy is saying. If you lose on a buy, then you know which direction it's going.
Yeah, it's a sell.
It's a sell. So you just go get it back.
Yeah. You can literally take your loss and sell and make it right back on the very next trade.
That's right.
That's what more advanced traders do. They realize, oh shit, I made a mistake. Take your stop loss, turn around, it's a sell, it's not a buy. Oh, I'm hitting a resistance point. It's shooting down. Let me sell it. That is what a more experienced trader will do. A bad trader, or not bad trader, a newer trader, a novice trader, will be in the red, have it shooting against them, and stay in that trade.
That's right.
That's a nightmare. You don't want to stay in a trade that's going against you. You know, and I've seen this with my own members that are like, with one of your sessions, for example. Hey guys, your arrow's pointing up. It's going up, boys. We're going to TP3. And I got a guy in my group saying, I'm taking a sell. And I'm like, what? What are you doing? Why would you take a sell? It's a buy. It's a screaming buy. It's pointing up. We're all catching pips. Why are you selling? Oh, the RSI is showing it's oversold, it's overbought, and it's going to come down. And I'm like, I know, but this is London session. It's opening up. There's tons of distribution, tons of momentum. It's shooting up to TP3. Shorting that is suicide.
Yeah.
But some people just don't listen. And then 2 minutes later, you were right. Took my stop loss. I'm not going to go against Antoine's momentum that's pointing up, that we're all taking that trade up. We're all taking the trade up. And then you get the one hero that wants to short it. So
some people want to be the difference, right? The different guy.
And you know what? Sometimes you win, guys, when you do that. Sometimes we're all going to lose and you're going to win.
Right.
But sometimes you're going to lose and everyone else is going to win. So it's just about timing and positioning and learning how to ride momentum. Mm-hmm. And it's interesting because my trading style is a lot different than yours. I'm actually more, I mark the low of the day, the high of the day. I'm looking at the RSI and I'm looking at the moving averages. And my favorite trade is just looking at the Euro USD and the GBP USD. Those are my two favorite pairs. They're the two most volume-based pairs, the most liquidity in those pairs. So I trade those two and I just look for the lows and highs of the day. And whenever I see that we're at a support line or at the low of the day, we're under the moving average and RSI is under 30 or lower, I'm buying. And I do the opposite if I'm selling. If I'm over the moving averages, I'm at the high of the day and the RSI is 70 or higher, which means it's overbought, I'm selling. And that's my very simple trade that I do and I teach my team. And it has pretty good success. Like a lot of my guys do that and they have about 80% success. Your style is totally different. It's momentum. And it's weird because someone like me who believes in these indicators, a lot of times you're not even looking at any of that.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy because for me, I'm like, holy shit, he's talking about it going up right through resistance. It's going to rip right through resistance. And my mind is like, that's a sell. And you're like, it's a buy. And I've watched it go many times right through resistance. And I'm like, this is nuts. And it's because it's the momentum of the market opening and the London liquidity of that market and the big institutional money, the 6.6 trillion a day of distribution going through those markets are taking those currencies up through resistance and down through resistance, like butter. So it's like at that time of the day, it's not even good for me to trade my style because it goes against everything that I believe in. So it was so wild for me to see your style in the beginning because it's completely different than anything I've ever seen. But it's super effective. It's super effective.
Someone messaged me before. It's like, your trading style is very interesting.
It is. It is. Because anyone who's like an experienced trader would be like, man, this is crazy. He's calling a buy and you're at like the resistance level where most people would sell. But what they're not understanding is the momentum that you've been watching For 7 months, 16 hours a day, he's been watching the momentum of the London market when it opens, and he's seen these currencies shoot through resistance and shoot through support, up and down with massive distribution. And we back tested, and Antoine does it all the time. He's like, look, guys, yesterday this shot up 80 pips. This went down 80 pips. And it might happen at 12 Pacific, which is 3 Eastern. It could happen sometimes at 2 Pacific, which is 5 Eastern. Sometimes it happens at 5 Pacific, which is 8 Eastern. So you just don't know when it's going to happen. He doesn't have a crystal ball. But what he does is he stalks the market. You're like stalking the market.
Yeah.
You know, you're like hunting. You're like hunting the pips. You're like hunting the momentum, and you're trapping it. So when the momentum comes, you're ready. You're watching it. We're all watching it. And when the momentum comes, you're ready. So guys, if you're trading with Antoine, all you have to do is wait until the momentum's there and you see it going up. And when you see it's going up and you see the momentum's there, you could either buy it on your own or wait till Antoine says he's buying it. But usually it's pretty clear when you're trading with Antoine which direction to go with a pair. You don't have to write everything down. You don't have to write down every single TP1, TP2, TP3. Like my dad's sitting here writing down TP1, TP2, TP3 for all these trades. And I'm like, why are you writing it all down? And then he's like, because I want to write it down. I'm like, but you don't need to know that. He's like, why? I go, because you already know. Every single take profit 1 is 10 pips. Take profit 2 is 20 pips. Take profit 3 is 30 pips. Your stop loss is going to be the same thing. If you're going to have TP3 take profit, you're going to put a 30 pip stop loss. So if you're going into a pair and it's 1.2540, your TP3 is 1.2570. Your on the way down, your TP3 would be 1.2510. It's just 30 pips, guys. Up and down. You don't have to write it all down, especially if you've been copy trading Antoine for 5 weeks, right? So I tell that to my dad, and he's like, oh yeah, you're right. So then all of a sudden, he's better on his trades. Because instead of writing it down, and then I'm in the trade, and then he gets in it 2 minutes later, and he's in a totally different execution. And I'm like, listen, you gotta be ready. Like more than anything, you need to be ready with your phone open. So when Antoine says, okay guys, I'm getting in, you get in. You can't be writing things down at that point. Like it's all about timing. And I'm not saying you shouldn't write things down, but there's a time and place. When Antoine's saying, okay, guys, get in the trade, that's when you get in the trade. Would you agree with me, Antoine?
That's right. Because if you enter a little bit later, then this is different execution. Right?
Correct. It changes everything. It changes everything. And my dad went from being in demo and losing because he was getting bad execution because he's writing down, then trying to press the button, writing down. He's not great with phones. You know, older people just struggle with phones and stuff and technology. And in the end, on Thursday, on demo, he made $2,200 trading with you. $2,200 with demo, and it was his best trading day ever, and it was because he didn't write anything down. He just sat there with his phone, he waited for you to call the trade, and then when you did, he took it.
Yeah.
And he was in that trade where you're like, go to sleep, and he did, and he woke up, and it was up like $1,000. And he was so excited. So this is what I mean. It's like you want to be more listening, guys. Instead of writing things down, really listen to what Antoine's saying. Pay attention to what he's doing. If you're like not paying attention, you're listening to music in the background, you're not really listening to what's going on, you're not really learning. So when I'm watching Antoine, it's like school for me. I'm literally listening. I'm listening to everything he's talking about. If he's talking about a website or an indicator, I'm putting those indicators and websites on my computer. When he's marking up his charts, I'm marking up my charts. He's marking up his charts on his computer. I'm marking up my charts on my computer. So I'm constantly trying to develop my strategies and my skill every day while watching Antoine. You shouldn't just be like writing things down and occupied and distracted, because if you're playing with real money and you're distracted and you're not having good results, that's probably why. So you should try to be in a quiet area so you can really focus and listen, so that when Antoine says, okay, guys, I'm getting in, that's when you get in. Okay, guys, you know what? It's a bad trade. Get out, get out. So really focus on listening. And there was a couple of trades that we took that were bad trades on Thursday. And you were like, get out. And, you know, Amanda took like $120 loss, but she didn't care because she got it right back on the very next trade. And if she didn't take that loss, it could have got way worse. Could
That's
have been
right.
like a $300 loss or a $400 loss with real money. So when your educators and mentors are saying, guys, okay, it's a bad trade, get out, that's when you want to be ready with your phone and be ready to get out. Take your loss if you have to. And
Mhm.
sometimes you have to lose in order to win. Would you agree that in this you have to take losses?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. There's no trader that like saying they don't lose, right? When people show you their account and there's like no losses at all, honestly I think a lot of those are not real.
Of course. Everybody has losses. You can't
Yeah,
not
yeah,
have losses.
exactly.
Not in this. You're going to have losses. If
Right,
you don't show a loss, then you're probably about to blow your account because you're
right.
just hiding your losses in the red. But we know
Yeah.
what that really means. And that means at some point you're gonna have to close it out, and when you do, it ain't gonna be pretty, right?
Yeah.
And guys, so you know, if you get in a trade and you don't put a stop loss, and it goes in the other direction, you will get margin called. A
Mhm.
margin call means that the trade just automatically gets executed out of your account and you automatically lose that trade.
That's right.
Have you gone through that? I've gone through it.
It's called blown account.
Like, no, but even like with one trade, if you do one trade that goes down like 30% of your account and you don't have a stop loss, you will get that one trade will just automatically come out of your account.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't know if you've noticed
It
this.
never happened to me.
No, it's
No.
happened to me. Trust me. It's not a good feeling where all of a
Mhm.
sudden it happened to me on gold. I mean, I had a small account, but on one trade, I had a $200 account. On one trade, I got down really bad. Like I didn't have a stop loss, learning the hard way. I was down like $50, 25% of my account. It got down $60, like 30% of my account. Boom. I was like, what happened? It disappeared. I go into my trade direction. Oh, I took the L. They take it for you. So guys, don't learn the hard way. Don't
Yeah.
lose 30% of your account on one trade, okay?
Mhm.
Put a stop loss, have it max 3%, like Antoine's saying. Use proper risk management so that you can live to fight another day,
That's right.
right?
Yep. Because if you miss the buy, get the sell, right? If you lose 3%, get that 3% back on the next trade.
Exactly.
Because then now you know which way it's going now.
We got a couple questions here from the members in the audience. One was saying, hey, Rich, to join in, I would need a margin account or can I use TFSA? No, this is actually not with TD Bank, guys. This is
Right.
actually a broker account. I have Hugo's Way. I'm also looking to set up at Legacy FX. You use Choice FX?
I use FX choice.
FX Choice, that's right.
Yeah. But
And you've had no problem pulling money out, correct? Because people ask
yeah.
me this. They're like, if you pulled money out, does it work? I'm like, well, why would we have 150,000 students worldwide if nobody was making money? So obviously people are pulling money out of their accounts, guys. So Antoine has made some good money and he's been able to pull it out of the account, correct?
So what happens? I pull it over to my Skrill account,
Okay.
right? Skrill account is like a third party, like a PayPal,
Yeah.
right? And the company, the company also pay me with Skrill, so that's why I use Skrill to withdraw my money or deposit my money through Skrill.
Very good. So I use Bitcoin, guys. So the company's pretty cool. They can pay you however you like, but I actually choose to get paid in Bitcoin, which I love because I've been in the academy now for 5 months and I've been accumulating all my Bitcoin. And since I've been accumulating Bitcoin, which was at around 4 or 5 grand when I started getting paid, now Bitcoin's at around 9 grand. So I've almost doubled my income in my Bitcoin account because I'm just accumulating Bitcoin. So I love the fact that the company gives us the option to get paid in Bitcoin. Now that's also risky too because if the price of Bitcoin goes down, then my account will also go down.
That's
So
right.
it's a little bit more risky, but I live in the risk business. So since we're in the risk business, what's a little bit more risk, right? And I just like to accumulate Bitcoin personally.
Even with Canadian dollar or US dollar, it goes up and down too.
Exactly. Everything does, right?
Yeah.
Gold does, everything does. Every asset does. Every asset goes up and down. I don't know of any asset that stays in value. Even real estate goes up and down. So everything goes up and down. Every asset in the world. The key is learning how to, if you're going to want to make money, buy low and sell high, or sell high and buy back low.
That's
Right?
right. That's right.
So if somebody wants to get in contact with you, or somebody wants to join your team, or somebody wants to follow you on social media, how do they follow you? How do they get in contact with you? Do you have an email address or a social media feed that you can let everybody know?
Yeah, I do actually. My Instagram is at trade with Antoine, trade underscore Antoine. You want me to post it on here?
Yeah, post it on YouTube if you want. Are you on YouTube following the stream?
Oh, hang on, let me
Yeah, you can
see.
go on YouTube, follow the stream, and just put it right into the chat. So, guys, yeah, we don't have trading accounts with TD Bank. It's a broker. It's a different broker. You still use your same TD account for stocks. I still trade stocks, guys. Nothing's changed. I've only just added this to my trading arsenal, where now I can make money up and down on Forex, indexes, the US 30, the SPY, the NASDAQ, the UK, the German market. We literally trade everything up and down: gold, oil, stocks. We could trade Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Tesla. We could trade anything and everything. So super excited about that. Did you drop it in the group chat?
Uh, sorry, Rich. I'm not very technical with the computer
Okay, here,
stuff.
I'll write it. What is it? What is it?
Uh,
And
trade,
trade. Yeah.
trade underscore
Yeah.
with underscore Antoine.
Yeah. Yeah. Trade underscore with underscore Antoine.
Here you go. I type it in the chat there so you can see the spelling. Trade underscore with Antoine.
Is it with a capital? With a
Antoine.
capital A?
It doesn't have to be capital, I guess. I put a capital there
So
for you.
at trade underscore with underscore Antoine.
That's right.
All right, guys, follow him on Instagram. This is the man, the myth, the legend, Antoine, the man that I personally trade with. He is the number one trader for me in this academy. I can say that with confidence, guys. Antoine is the number one trader for me in this academy and for my team. Our entire team has been told by me, trade with Antoine if you want to win. Antoine, if there's anything else, we've been live for an hour, bro. Time just flies with you, man. I'm going to let you go because I know you're a busy guy. Go enjoy your family this weekend. If there's anything else you could leave everybody with, a little piece of nugget, a little piece of advice, what would it be?
Right. So to me, it's like, honestly, if you guys want to have more time and like more financial freedom and stuff like that, trading is the way to go, right? And I'm at a point where I've been doing a lot of back tests, and I've been trying to see if we can make this thing even easier for us to do, where we can just go in, we put the trade in, the pending order in, or something like that, and then we just go to bed and wake up and take the profit, because that's going to save a lot of people time, right? From waking up, waiting for the moment to happen. So it's coming, and if you guys want to join me, and I can teach you guys. I do Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 9:30 p.m. Pacific time to sometime even 6 in the morning, right? So come on, and I'll teach you guys how to trade forex. It's really fun, and a lot to learn, and it's good. I honestly, once you learn the skill, it's gonna be your skill, right? Nobody can take it away from you. So.
That's great advice, Antoine. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you for this interview, man, and this amazing stream. Let's do it again soon. Keep up all the great work, man, and I will be with you on Monday, trading with you all week long, brother. Thank you so much for all your support, all your service that you've provided our team, man. Honestly, I wouldn't even know where my team would be right now if it wasn't for you, buddy. So thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right, man. Hey, guys, this is Antoine. Like I said, for me, the number one trader that I trade with and I copy trade with and I trust our entire team at Rich TV Live to trade with right here is Antoine. Follow him on Instagram. I dropped his Instagram link. If you want to email him, I'm going to drop his email is here as well. A.tran.
Yeah, A.tran 8884 at gmail.com.
At gmail.com. All right, guys, send him an email. You want to join his squad? I got his link down below in the description. Join his squad. This man deserves to be chairman all the way, brother. I want to see you get there, man. I'm going to be your biggest cheerleader, and I want to stand on that stage with you, brother, as chairman, and build this academy and make this academy a household name. Thank you for what you're doing, brother. We'll see you on Monday, late night Trading London session with Antoine, catching pips. Thank you, brother. Everybody, have a great weekend. This is your boy Rich from Rich TV Live. And we're out. Peace.
Yeah.